Let's compare two skin tints. We have samples from Sephora of two different versions that I wanted to check out before I purchased. This one is the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint. It is SPF 40. And also we have the It Cosmetics CC Nude Glow. Both have quality skincare ingredients and also more importantly that SPF 40, but we're going to compare the two right now. I did my skincare in advance and just kept it really simple. I want to make sure that nothing with my skincare is interfering with the makeup and it's just like a really basic base, and that is super easy to do with the ordinary natural moisturizing factors plus beta glucan. It's a really gel-like formula that makes almost a really great base for your makeup. It also protects your skin and it's great for acne prone and oily skin. And because summer is ending and I got a lot of sun this year, even though I use so much SPF in what I'm putting on today, I still want to make sure that I have the vitamin C to help brighten anything that may have darkened from the sun. And that's when I use the Biossance Squalene plus Vitamin C Rose Moisturizer. I do not use my Malaysia at the same time because they just don't work together. You can't put benzoyl peroxide with vitamin C. But this is ready on the hand for the evening, just in case if my skin breaks out from the products that I apply. And I suspect that one of them might do that. So I got the samples from Sephora again because I want to try it out before I buy it and make sure my skin doesn't break out like I mentioned. And this time I got three, but I'm only going to compare the two. One of them was Bare Minerals, and I do love their other skin tint that I use. This is the matte tinted moisturizer. I'm really curious about that, so I think at a later date I'm going to compare the two Bare Minerals together and see if they are similar or is it really matted, because the other one's very glowy and I love that. That's okay. But today we're going to be comparing the B one that I got, It Cosmetics CC Nude Glow. I say B because it's B on the list and she wrote it down and she gave me like a really generous sample of both. So I have enough, I think, for a couple of days to do a really good check on how this is going. And C is the Ilia Skin Tint. So I think I'm going to put It Cosmetics on my left side and Ilia on my right side. So I have to remember that because I'll be doing that for a few days. I'm going to use my Real Techniques brushes. I've had these for a while and I haven't obviously used them, but I don't know why. Why am I so slow at using things that I got for myself? It's a problem. So that's why I try to make sure I purchase something, do a sample before I purchase the full product, because I don't want to buy it and then have it sitting there if it doesn't work. But I'm going to be using this brush, the pointed foundation brush, which is going to be perfect for this. I think it's a really good size as well. It's not too wide and not too fluffy, so it's a nice thin brush. And then there's a little tiny version. I like this one a lot. That is perfect for around the nose where I have a lot of broken capillaries and I would like to like smooth out the bits around under the eyes where it gets into the creases. So I'm going to start with Ilia first, and why I wanted to try this one out. It is a Super Serum Skin Tint SPF 40 Skincare Foundation. The tone and shade that I'm going with is ST3 Balos. It's about the fifth one up on the scale that they have on Sephora's website for light to dark. So I'm still on the light side, especially since it will be coming up to the autumn and winter soon. I don't want to go anything darker. I hope this isn't too light. It's a mineral SPF. It's cruelty-free, fragrance-free, and vegan. It is a light coverage and potent levels of skincare ingredients. So I like that. That's interesting. Curious about what's going on with that. Okay, the ingredients that are highlighted are plant-based squalane, seals in moisture without clogging pores. I love squalane. I use it on the regular in my skincare. And niacinamide, which is amazing for people who want to have smoother skin texture and refines uneven tone. Yes, it's really great for brightening and helping with any pigmentation issues you may have from breakouts or sunspots. Hyaluronic acid, which is amazing. It draws hydration into skin to visibly plump and replenish. I love these three ingredients. They're really great for anybody's skin, any person's skin, especially if you have rosacea or acne prone skin. anything like that, or fungal acne. And that is a concern with some of the ingredients that I saw for the Ilia, because I check it against the Folliculitis Scout, the website I check for anything that may be a potential fungal acne issue. There is about 5 or 6 ingredients in this product that may be an issue, so I'm a little concerned about that. Everyone's skin is different, but there are some key ingredients that do cause breakouts for people who are sensitive to that. And that's just that it's not like I have fungus all over my skin, it's just I have a super sensitivity to certain ingredients that feed the issue with making my skin break out a little bit extra. So someone could have acne and this type of acne as well, and some of the products you use may be making it a little bit worse. So I did spot a few ingredients in this that might be a culprit, and that's why I'm going to do a test for a few days. I'll know after a couple of days what's going on, but since I'm doing this today right now and getting this up, I'm going to put in the comments below how my skin is going within a few days to a week, because yeah, I think there's at least 3 or 4 days of this product. So it says that this is clinically proven to improve and protect the skin. 100% people said moisture was boosted. 94% saw improvement of blemishes, redness, and uneven tone. 90% said wrinkles and fine lines were reduced. Yeah, those ingredients are probably going to do some of those things, and whoever they did the trial on, I can see that they've noticed improved tone and texture to their skin because of those key ingredients. So let's get to adding this on the right side of my face. Oh, I got some on my shirt. No. No. That's not good. It is very serum-y, and I could see that when it fell right off my finger onto my shirt. I had to step away for a minute and I changed my shirt. That stain, I couldn't get it out with just a washcloth and warm water, which I think I normally would be able to. So this stuff is really sticky. Be really careful about it getting onto your clothes. That's a fair warning. And at least I got to see what would happen. I wouldn't be able to wash it out very easily. So I have some stain remover on that spot right now and a new black shirt. But that being said, this is really strong, and it's thin, but it's strong. So I think it's going to be a great sun protector. And I'm just trying a second layer because as I stepped away, it dried down a little bit and I could still see my skin really clear underneath. So it makes a great base layer if you want a very, very thin layer and not a thick amount of makeup. But I have so much redness from rosacea, as I mentioned, and I have spots on my skin, so I really do want to cover those up. So I'm trying a second layer and seeing how well that will apply. Good news is that the second layer did apply really nicely onto the first layer, even though the first layer was already dried down because I stepped away for about 4 or 5 minutes dealing with the stain, and it looks really natural. I would like to try this also with just my fingers and not a brush, but I wanted to try a brush first to see how well I'd be able to apply. So I think that worked pretty well. I know there's a lot of light on this side because I have my lighted mirror right here. If I turn it off, you can kind of see a little bit more even. You can see how red my skin is right here, just my normal natural skin look, and it looks a little bit more natural. It's nice, it's even, it's not really makeup-y, so that is good. I'm liking this so far. The only thing I'm a little nervous about are 2 things. The sun, will it protect my skin from being burnt in the sunlight? And also, will it break out my skin? So let's go to the other side using the IT Cosmetics and see how that goes. For IT Cosmetics CC Nude Glow, I chose the Skin Tone Fair Ivory, and it's the 3rd one down on the scale of paleness or lightness. The highlighted ingredients are niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, and this one has green tea extract, which protects against environmental aggressors for healthy looking skin. I love green tea extract. So we already have, both products have the niacinamide, the hyaluronic acid. This one has green tea, which is a really great benefit for brightening as well. It says that it's buildable, so that's really curious. And because it's glowy, I think the buildable will really be easy. And within 4 weeks, we should see visibly brighter skin. Percentage of niacinamide is 2%. So yeah, I think the brightening of the skin, the improving the texture and the softness and uneven skin tone will probably be real. And 4 weeks, that's a good marker to check on this about a month in. And I also tested this with the folliculitis scout tester, and it had no fungal acne indicators at all. So that's a really great sign. And to make note that this is not a mineral SPF, unlike the Ilia one. This is a chemical SPF, and it's a great product as far as the ingredients I'm looking at, but I don't like that it's not mineral based. I wish It Cosmetics had one like that. If they do, I'll be searching it out, but it is great that it's not going to cause any additional fungal acne issues. Normally I would just do 1 layer, but I'm just going to try 2 to see if it works really nicely. And so far I'm seeing this layers on really nicely. It's very similar to the Ilia, but because of the additional glow, it's like, I don't know, it's like butter. And I wanted to use my finger a little bit to spread it instead of the brush, and it spreads on really smoothly, really nicely, fingers or with a brush. And let's test this out with doing a tiny bit of spot correcting. I have some, whoop, that was a little too much. I have some sunspots and scarring on parts of my face, and I want to see if it will cover well or if it's just too dewy for that. This is very dewy. Let's see if I can do this as an under eye brightener as well. Oh yeah, with this smaller brush it works so well as applying as an under eye brightener. And I do like to add SPF up on this part of my eyes, the brow bone. I think I'm just going to apply the rest of my makeup and do a follow-up on how this is going and how this is feeling on my skin. Neither side has settled into my under eye area where I have my smile lines. I can see them very clearly. You can see them. And as soon as I smile and I add something in, it usually gets into the crease. It does go into the crease right here where my eye has the fold right here. That's okay. I'm used to it. I could just use some type of product that helps with that, but I don't really care. Normally I'd be like, oh, it's creasing, and then bring this down a bit, but it has not. So I think it's a really good base for adding any of your concealers or under eye brighteners if you like to add them on. If not, this looks pretty natural in my opinion. I'm not outside yet, and I like to always go outside with my mirror and double check to make sure everything looks nice and even toned. But as a spot concealer, it worked really well, more so with the It Cosmetics. It's a tiny bit thicker. The Ilia is a little bit thinner, but that's okay. It did work okay, but I wouldn't rely on it if you have a lot of breakouts and you need some heavy coverage. Make sure you're using your other product that works nicer, like as far as thickness and consistency and for it to stick, because this is a bit more glowy, and I'm kind of thinking it might wear off towards the end of the day. More so with the It Cosmetics, it is super glowy. I can see a huge difference. It's probably like 3-4 times more glowy than this side. This side is, with Ilia, it is pretty glowy as well, but the It Cosmetics would definitely be like, this is the glow product if you want that additional boost to your skin and the hydration. This is the way to go. The Ilia is definitely going to give you a slight sheen. I can see it right now when I move my face, but It Cosmetics is going to win if you want a super glow. I love that the Ilia Cosmetics has the mineral base as your SPF, and I don't like so much that the It Cosmetics is not mineral based, but it's so far looking really great. I love that this product is not going to be a fungal acne issue. The Ilia one is a little bit of a concern. So both of them have some really good positives and a couple things that I don't specifically like, but I think so far the It Cosmetics is going to be for a win if I don't have breakouts, because that is more important to me than anything than second sun protection. Or maybe they're both equal, but if I have breakouts and I don't want to go outside in the sun, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, so I think this is a really great product for anyone who wants an extra boost of dewiness and wants to be really careful about that fungal acne. If you're going full mineral only, the Ilia one is the way to go, and you can build the coverage to equal up to going to medium, because I know it's a light initially a light base. I love the Evian. It's just like a mineral water, so I'm not adding anything awful onto my skin that would cause it to break out, and it won't move the makeup that I just added, but it's going to add that like a little bit more of a fresh glow to your skin, and I think that's the point, to have super glowy, healthy looking skin. Definitely let me know if you are using any type of skin tint, especially if it's a mineral one that you love, because I'm going on your recommendations, and this was one that someone mentioned to me they would like to know how the Ilia is going, and that was a new one for me. And then the It Cosmetics, yeah, we'll see.